Hello, hello. So previously I had some issues recording when I installed Ubuntu Server on the laptop. My Cam Link didn't want to work that well with that notebook. So I found my old desktop PC, and here you can see the information about it, the specs. It's a 2.4 gigahertz CPU. It's the Q6600, and I think it's from 2007. Got 8 gigs of memory, and that's the maximum memory the motherboard can handle, and it's DDR2 memory. So yeah, this is not the fastest computer, but I managed to record with it, and there's some glitches as well during the installation because it would change the resolution, and I had to kind of re-add the capture card in OBS. And also, yeah, the Cam Link normally doesn't support these 4:3 resolutions. If you do it with the default 4K capture utility that comes with Elgato, but it works with OBS. So yeah, let's actually start this. See, yeah, right now the hard drive is actually connected to a different controller. You go to boot, you can actually see there's a drive there. And by the way, this motherboard doesn't have UEFI. It has the regular BIOS. So that might be a thing why this actually works. So yeah, I only got one drive, so exit and save. And this should now boot to the CD. That's the drive on the other controller. And when the screen goes green, I have to add the capture card again. So right now it just boots. And when it goes green, it will change the resolution as well to 1080p. Like that. So I have to add video capture device again and select the Cam 4K. And there we have it. So now it's actually 1080p. And now it's just checking the integrity of the CD. This might take a little while, so I'm just going to pause here. Okay, I'm not really sure how long this will take, but let's see. It's been doing this for about a minute right now. So we'll see how long it will actually take. As it says, this may take some time. So yeah, and same thing while the Ubuntu server is installing. It's also going to install some updates, and that's going to take like 10 minutes. So I will also pause that. Okay, that was about 2 minutes. Going to load a little bit here. I don't know really what this is. This might be some encryption stuff. I don't know. I have no clue what it is. All right, so this is basically the installation tour or guide, and you can select the kind of language you want for the operating system. I just select the default here, and you can use your arrow keys to go up and down. So English is green marked there, so let's press enter. And it says you can update the installer. I'm not going to, because I had some issues before with the new one. So I just, you see at the bottom of the screen, it's marked green there, continue without updating. So just press enter. Now you can select the keyboard layout. I have a Swedish keyboard, so I'm actually tabbing myself up. You use the tab key. So when it's gray there, up there, I just press enter, use the arrow key to go down. I can't use the letters yet, so let's see, Swedish, then a tab to done there, so it's green at the bottom, press enter. Then it's going to check for an IP address. It does that automatically, and I set my router to give the same IP address to this computer, so it will always have the same IP address. So I don't have to set a static one. It will get a static IP from my router. So right here, I just press enter. Same if you use a proxy address, you can type it here. I don't. Just press enter. And then it's going to check the mirror address. This is for updates and stuff, I think. And it does this automatically. I just press enter here. Then you can select the drive. And at the top here, it says use the entire drive. You can uncheck that. I think, no. I'm going to use the entire disk. And I'm going to tab down here. If you have multiple drives, you can sort of select them. I'm just going to use the default here. Then I tab to the next one. Set this up disk as an LVM group. I'm actually not going to do that, because the last time I did this, it only used like half of the space. So I just click space here. I'm not going to use it as an LVM group. Then press tab and tab again, so done. Press enter. And this is just some information about the stuff. It's going to completely wipe the disk. So remember that, and just press enter. So yeah, selecting this will installation and stuff. So you go down one step with arrow keys to continue, press enter. And over here, your name, well, this is just for testing, and the server name, the CPU, I use the CPU name I have, so this is a Q6600. Username, just Isaac for now. Password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very secure, but this is just for testing. Install OpenSSH server. Yes, I am. So I'll just hit spacebar here. So it will be a star there. It's marked. Import SSS. No, I'm not going to import anything. So tab down to done. Some people might install a couple of other things from this list. I'm not. I prefer to use it manually later, because a lot of this kind of stuff, for example, Nextcloud, I think it uses the Snap version. That is, I think, a little bit old and outdated. So I'm not going to install anything here. So I just tap down to done and press enter. And now it's going to install everything. Installing kernel. And soon it's going to do some updates, and I'm going to actually pause on that. And this old computer have a mechanical hard drive, so it's not the fastest. And that mechanical hard drive is also very old. It's a SATA 2 drive, I think. So, yeah. If you install this on an SSD, it's going to be really fast. It's going to boot very fast as well. But yeah, this is what I got. So yeah, I think I'm just going to pause here till the next thing happens. Okay, so now it's have installed everything, and now it's going to download and install security updates. And you see there at the bottom it says cancel update and reboot. You can do that right now, but I'm going to let it go for now at least, and this will take about 10 minutes. So I'm just going to pause at the moment. Okay, so now it's done installing the updates, and that took 18 minutes on this computer. The time may vary depending on your computer and your internet. So for me, this time almost 20 minutes. And now instead of saying cancel and update, it only says reboot. So I'm going to press enter here, and I might actually need to, yeah, it's going to ask you to remove the disk. Remove the installation media, and then when it's done, you just press enter. Let's go to reboot. Beep. And let's see if we actually need to I think we need to add Cam Link. Okay. So now it's going to load, and this computer have a mechanical hard drive, so it's going to be kind of slow. So if you have an SSD or a RAID array or whatever, this might be faster. And you need, first time you reboot, it's going to do some other stuff. So you need to wait a little bit here before you can actually log in. Or you can log in, but it's going to do a bunch of stuff. And this only happens the first time it reboots after installation. It's going to create some encryption keys or whatnot. Or decryption or whatever. So yeah, it's doing a lot of stuff here, starting services and whatnot. We have the SSH host keys and whatnot. And of course, this is a testing machine, so. And yeah, I think it's done loading right now, so now you can actually log in. For me, this test machine was like Isaac. Then just enter and password. Like that. And since you don't see, it still have updates, 81 updates through this. So now you can do like the sudo just update. One, two, three, four, five for this. Just refreshing the update list, and then you can press the up arrow and just do upgrade. And it's going to do the rest of the updates. This might take a little while, so I'll just pause here. Okay, that took a while, and I actually forgot that you can actually do a dist upgrade. So you do everything. I kind of forgot that. Dist dash upgrade. Yes. It's updating it was updating some kernel stuff and whatever. And after this time, I think you need to actually reboot the computer because it did some kernel updates and stuff. But I'm just letting this go for now. Okay, you are now done. And now you can actually do a reboot. So let's see, sudo reboot now. And after the reboot, you can actually connect to the server through a different computer, another computer, through SSH. So you open on Windows, you can actually use PowerShell for this. And if you use Linux on another machine, you use the regular terminal. So to connect to the other computer, you basically just type SSH at, I think, the username first for this for Isaac. Yeah, Isaac, and then at SSH, I think it was. I need to actually check this. Wrong one. Yeah. So you actually do it SSH first, and then SSH at, and then the IP at IP number to that server. So for this time it will be 192.168.1.11. No, I'm doing this completely wrong. SSH first, and then the username. So in this case, Isaac. Oh, this is wrong. Okay, I'm messing this up. SSH, and then the username, Isaac. Isaac, I'm tired today. It's hard to read on this OBS as well. So Isaac at, and then IP number 68.1.11. And you connect to the server this way, and then you type the password. And you use just the PowerShell or the terminal. So this is how you actually install it and do the initial updates. But right now I'm just going to reboot this. So sudo reboot now. You could do it on a schedule as well, but okay. Sudo reboot now. Yeah, like that. Let's go to reboot, and you are done. Beep. So that's how you actually install Ubuntu Server and doing some updates. And let's see, video capture device. Okay. Right, let's select the Cam Link. Of course, it's going to be a lot faster if you have the installation on a SSD, solid state drive. And yeah, it's going to do about this stuff at first, but right now the server have booted up, clean install, and now you can connect to it through SSH. So yeah, it was, yeah, SSH, username, at, and then the IP number, it's 1.168.1.11 for this one. So this is what you type on the other computer on the terminal or PowerShell. And if you use, for the first time when you log in, it's going to ask you a question, if it's secure or whatever, and you have to type yes. So yeah, it's right here. I can actually just log in. So there you go. No updates or anything. So yeah, long video about that. So see you later.